Okay, we are live. Welcome everyone, the current live audience and the audience watching this current official demo day now or later in the future. I'm totally excited. This. Oh, I hear an echo. That's not good. Is it fine? Do you guys hear an echo? Okay. Okay. Welcome to demo day, everyone. This is the company's official demo day where we have our developers present what they've worked on. May that be applications or ideas, anything that they've built on top of the app platform. And before we hop into that, here are our three co-founders of the app company. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves and say how excited you are for this?
Sure. I'm Barbara Talent, and this is our first public demo day. We've been doing these demo days for about a year. And so what you're going to see is these apps that are built on kind of the new internet. This is how the internet's going to be. It's going to be completely private, end-to-end encrypted, everything. So I can't wait.
Kevin, Colin? You have to rock, paper, scissors.
All right. You're up, Kevin.
Gee, yeah, blowing up demo day. Let's do it.
Hey, everybody. I'm Colin. I could not be more excited to have demo day. This demo days were born out of an intern program that we had over a year ago now, and every week we'd see how far the interns have got. Actually, Tyler was one of those interns with a demo of what they've done. And it's been unstoppable ever since. It's become part of the company culture to have a demo day every couple of weeks. And I can't believe we're actually sharing our demo days that we used to do internally with the whole world. So it doesn't get better than that. And it's a great way to see a sneak peek of what developers are doing with the underlying app platform. But it's all about the apps, not about the platform. Thanks,
all right. Thank you so much. And I'm going to keep you guys up here for one more second because I do have a quick one slider that will go over the app platform. So for those who don't know, the app company has created, of course, a new internet protocol, as Barbara was stating a little bit earlier. And on top of that protocol, we have the app platform. Now, this app platform allows a person to own their data. And what this means is they're no longer giving up their data to social apps, shopping apps. You can see in this diagram here. Instead, all of these apps and companies actually have to request to see your data. So now you actually have control over your data and who sees it, who gets to have it, and who gets to see where you are, what you're doing, anything like that. And because we have the founders here, I feel like they're the best people to explain the app platform a little bit more.
I'm going to turn that over to Colin or Kevin.
So I'll just try to make it super simple. The best way of thinking about this is instead of you having to log into the internet and all the myriad of sites and apps and all the other things that we do these days, is that those sites and apps all log into you and you get to decide what data you want to share. And data is sort of a weird word. So this is like your name, address, your location, all that interesting stuff all these companies want to have. And sometimes it's a good thing. It's great for Amazon to know my address so they can get stuff to me. But I'd like to only allow them to have it for a few seconds while they wrap my package up, and then I don't want it sitting on their servers. I'd like to be able to log into a website and not have to type all those annoying forms in every time I go to a website. I'd like to have an app where I could talk to my doctor privately and know that nobody's snooping over the top of me. So definitely a different way of thinking about the way the internet's architected, and much more people first rather than machines and computers. Humanizing the internet is really what it's about. What I miss, Kevin?
Oh, yeah, that's the way we do that is we into and encrypt everything. So so the platform is made if you want to do, if you care about or think it's a good idea to do end-to-end encryption for information exchange between people or people and companies or people and things or whatever, um, then the platform makes it really easy to end-to-end encrypt whatever you want. And that's what we're all about.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And with that, I think, oh, let me stop sharing here. This is streamception. Okay. And with that, thank you so much, founders. You guys have built something really amazing here, and we get to see what people have built with what you have built. And that's why we're so excited. Okay, I'm gonna have to kick you guys off the stream though. So thank you.
Right. Let's get started.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for kicking us off the stream.
And okay, so we will have a few demos here today. And up first, we have an application called @Family. So I'm going to add to the stream the team members of @Family. And all right, you guys have the floor.
Just are you ready to take it off?
I can start. So hi, we're @Family. I'm Freddie Mnetu. I have a bachelor's in computer science. I'm currently on my 4th year.
Hi everyone, my name's Xavier. I'm also doing a Bachelor of Computer Science.
Hi, I'm Intus Ahmed. I'm also doing Bachelor of Computer Science in my junior at IIUM. So in today's days and age, miscommunication is an increasingly common issue among us family, and there are no apps that dedicated to family. In the modern age, kids are less likely to help around the house or stay in the loop of family operations. Our solution to this problem is @Family, which provides peer-to-peer encrypted messaging and a way to note issues around the house.
Thank you. So now we're gonna just talk about where we started. So our original code database was a little sloppy, as you can tell from a little bit of the UI. We were more data-driven than UI-driven, and functions became deprecated, so they were unusable. We've since then taken a new approach to @Family. So our new approach is we've decided to take some factors when making our decisions. So we're switching to a design-driven approach instead of a data-driven approach. This puts UX at the forefront of design and decision-making. After all, we do want our app to be an experience and memorable. So our pages start off with your nest. Your nest is our dashboard. This is where you'll be informed of anything you've recently missed or any alerts, as well as switching to other pages. Our next page is baskets. This is a list where you can make lists of whether it be grocery shopping or any lists you need for a party. Finally, chirps. This is @chirps, or sorry, I should say @chats implemented into our app. Demo day, please take it away, Xavier.
Okay, so for the demo, I'm just gonna show off kind of what our app looks like. Let's quickly restart our emulators here. And I'm gonna sign up using a new @ for this one. Okay, maybe not. Okay, so the first thing is our egg baskets. This is one of the core features of our application, simply because we're trying to achieve something that hasn't really been done before with the app protocol, and that's doing collaborative data. So when I make a change to data, everybody sees that change and it only shows you the latest version. And what we have here is also a sneak peek as to kind of what our editor is going to look like. Well, that's still a work in progress. From here, I'll take us over to chats. And we've integrated at contacts before you reach at chats. So when you want to hop into a message with somebody, you can go ahead and do that. And we'll say hi. And the final thing that we're going to have is we want to add plugins and additional features to our app. So we're going to have a store coming soon. And that's pretty much the core of our application. So what I'm going to talk about is some of our features. So we want to implement polymorphic groups into our applications. So you can maintain certain groups that you want to share common items with. And when you create a basket, you can just choose this group and it'll provide all the data or add all the people you want into that group. The next thing is collaborative data. So this is a difficult challenge in peer-to-peer because normally your approach typically looks like this with a centralized server. But in peer-to-peer applications, there is no centralized server. So we've gone for a slightly different way of sharing the data. And so with the app protocol, you have to do one-way sharing. This is the typical flow. But if we want to add more people, it becomes a little problematic. Because for me to one-way share with 2 other people, there are 6 documents in the loop. 6 copies of the document. And so our solution kind of looks like this. So if Freddie receives 2 documents from myself and Intisar, he'll keep a copy of each document. And when he wants to go and share his data, he'll figure out which copy is the most up to date. He'll make his changes and he'll send off his new version of the copies to both of us. And the process repeats. And so here's some future ideas for what we want to do with our application. So locations has been something we've been thinking about for a while, and this is mostly for teenagers so that if they want to borrow the car, you can keep an eye on them, have a speed monitor so they're not going too fast. Rewards for chores, so this would be integrated into baskets, dark mode and other themes, as well as stickers, badges, and advanced themes. Some other things are third-party plugins such as Amazon Shopping or wish lists. We also want to look into calendar integrations for due dates on the lists, and then competitions and gamified tasks, and the list goes on. So what makes us different? Well, in our app and just in general, we believe that family comes first. So we're really looking to just keep in mind what families really need, and we're trying to strip out anything that would prevent families from being as productive as possible. And so the next thing is we're a diverse team. We come from different backgrounds. Some of us come from small families, some of us come from large. And so each of us are bringing our own perspective to what we think a family will need. And we're always taking feedback. So we'd love to hear about your thoughts. And the last thing is it's developed on the app protocol, which means we no longer have to worry about who has access to our data. It's all end-to-end encrypted, and we control who gets shared with this who gets our basket shared to them, and who can actually see our messages. Well, the only person who can see your messages is the person you're sending them to. And that's at family.
All right, thank you so much, you guys. What a wonderful demo and presentation. I did actually see a question not too long ago. Someone asked, when will App Family be available for the iPhone?
So iPhone's a little tricky because we have to go through the verification process, Our goal is to have an MVP done by latest end of August. And so once we go through the approval process, our MVP should hopefully at least be on test flight, or we'll be applying for it on test flight in August.
Let's see. Are there any more questions for the App Family team? Any questions? Oh, here we go. Have you got family advisors on the team, or is it just the team itself?
I think all our moms, all our sisters, all our brothers, they're all our advisors. And I mean, everyone's an advisor, right? Because everybody has a family, so.
What a wonderful answer. And how did you guys think of App Family? When did you start this idea?
Do you want to talk about this one, Freddie?
Yeah. We had a list of apps, at least from what I remember, we had a list of apps. So we decided to pick from them, such as the at locations feature. And then there was a messaging feature. We had a ton of ideas, but we realized that a good section of them were already used up, but none of the apps that already exist were dedicated to families. So we stripped any apps that weren't useful to families, and we came up with that family. I think that's a good explanation, Xavier, no?
Yeah.
Okay, are there any other questions? Any more? Going once, going twice. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for your time. Wonderful presentation. Thank you for the demo. We love seeing live code. And have a good day. I'm going to have to kick you off the stage, though. And actually, let me try and run this video while we are transitioning. Okay. All right. Hope I didn't jump scare anyone. All right. Up next, we have the Advento team. Take it away, Jasper and Jesse.
All right. Hey, everyone. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're from. Welcome to Advento, where we'll be helping students navigate university. All right. So my name is Jesse. I'm a third-year dual computer engineering and computer science student here at the University of Saskatchewan. And this is my semi-last week here at the app company. Thank you guys for letting us grow in our app development process, and I'm excited to show you what we're here about.
And I'm Jasper. I'm a fourth-year computer science student with a minor at math at the University of Saskatchewan. And yeah, this internship has been a great time. I really want to thank everyone for the experience and the opportunity. But I'll get straight into it and tell you what our goal for the app is. So our goal is simply just to make university easier for students. That's our main focus more than anything else. The problem that we're facing right now is that universities don't tend to put the needs of students first. They kind of focus on professors and faculty without focusing on students, and it makes it harder to like navigate university, to do stuff in university as a student. It's very hard to stay in the loop of events. Like, for example, university clubs, when they try to like do events and gain new members, they kind of just end up advertising to the people that they're already in a group with, that they're already connected to, so that they have a really tough time growing as a group. And then anyone on the outside doesn't know what kind of events are going on. Like, say I'm not in a group, I kind of like, I'm not part of that group of friends, but I want to know what's what kind of events are available to me, and I don't really see a lot of that. And another thing is it's very difficult to maintain your busy student schedule. Like I agree, all the other university students here can agree that like you're trying to manage all your classes, you're trying to manage your part-time jobs, and it gets crazy. Like you have 5 assignments coming up and a couple finals. It becomes impossible to manage your schedule. And a lot of outdated methods for reaching people exist where you'll be walking to your class and you'll see a big poster board with like 50 flyers for different events going on, and you're just trying to get to class. You're not trying to go through and read each one to see what you want to go to and what fits in your schedule. And you just want to like figure out what events you can go to without going through all that hassle. So the solution to the problem is to use that protocol to put the needs of students first and let each student be in control of their own data for any university event. The main features and highlights that we're implementing with Advento are university courses and events, so you can have all your classes schedules in your calendar and maintain all your classes so you can get there on time. Group project management, so you're in a group with 6 other students and you all got different schedules. It'll be a nice way to figure out what times work for everyone to work together. We want to make this very useful for university clubs and organizations. Like I said, university clubs have a tough time advertising their events, and also it'd be good if we could get official university events going on, like your orientations, stuff like that. We really care about privacy here at Advento. Like we're building on the Ad platform. That's what's one of the most important things to us, as well as a lot of students. Students are getting kind of ripped off all the time. And my cat's kind of getting in the way. Students are getting kind of ripped off all the time, so we really want to focus on privacy very strongly. Only you know your schedule. We're implementing GPS location, so it's easy to find your class. Simple as that. That's why we want to implement GPS location. And we're implementing social features, so link all your contacts on the app platform so you can quickly add all your buddies to your study sessions. I'll pass it to Jesse and he'll tell you how it works.
Thank you, Jasper. All right, so how it works, it's very simple. Step 1, you hit the add button. You add an event title, a description, where the location is, so you don't get lost. And then that will bring us to step 2, where you invite any ad sign that you want to be in your event. Then after you add people, you can select whether that event will belong to a specific group. And then you'll just put your date and time. And then once you submit all of that, that will bring us to the last step. So that would be having fun at your event, whether it be a concert, karaoke night, or if you're like me, cramming for that really tough final a few hours before it begins. But don't do that. Okay, so right now, our target market consists of college students that want to make their experience easier. So as of 2019, there were 1.4 million students enrolled at Canadian universities, and that comes from University Canada. Okay, the global event management software market is expected to grow from $3.6 billion USD in 2020 to $6.4 billion by 2026, and that's at a compound annual growth rate of 10%. So our plan to grow our app, it starts with students first. So always, it will begin by making the app completely free, and it will remain completely free for these students. So after we grow our app amongst the lower students, then we'll hit a more focused group, which consists of university clubs. So as Jasper said, uni clubs have a hard time reaching out to newer people and getting people to join their club. So they'll have events, but not a lot of people show up. So I feel like our app could fill in that gap a lot better and get them to grow their club as well as bring more popularity to our app. And after we hit clubs, we're gonna hit another student focus group, which is TAs. TAs consist of students themselves for most of the time, and they deal with a lot of the grunt work. And yeah, Jasper's at TA, so he can tell you a little bit more about it.
Yeah, I've done some TA work before, and I actually plan to. I'm set up to do some more this coming semester. And yeah, you'll be trying to manage all your own classes, but you also want to help all the students that you're TAing for. And it'll be like a couple hours before their assignment, and you keep getting a bunch of messages asking for help. And you want to help everyone, but at the same time, you got your own classes to worry about. And a lot of people will miss the help desk sessions, whether just because they don't know when the help desk is happening, or they just weren't available. They couldn't find a time in their own schedule to make it to the preset time. And so something like this app would have been really helpful for me while I was doing my teaching assistant work. And I hope to use it as well in my future teaching assistant work this coming year. And yeah, I'll let Jesse continue with this slide.
Okay, so after we hit TAs, then the last group to hit would be a faculty. So that includes upper admin and upper staff like professors. That group might be the hardest to hit because they they're not very they're pretty hesitant when it comes to adapting to newer technologies. But once the entire lower foundation, which consists of almost the entire university, that's a majority, they'll be more willing to adapt our app and hopefully make student lives easier. All right, so our revenue model is to, as we said before, the app is free for students. And then, if a company or university admin staff wants to make an event, then we can have promos for those events, and we could charge a fee, an organizer fee for the uni admins or whatever company wants to make a university event. And then after that, once the event is actually set up, we can ease ease the access and transactions with digital tickets. So for example, you scan a QR ticket, then there's a transaction fee with that, and then the students will be able to have their ticket on their phone, no worries about it getting lost or whatever. And then another plan to get some revenue would be to implement bulk plans. So let's say, for example, you have, let's say, 100 students. That's a normal for our university. 100 students in a class. We could charge around $50 to 75, depending on what the services will be to the upper staff and university admins. And yeah, that would be our base plan for a revenue model. All right. So our competition, as of right now, there's websites like Canvas and Blackboard, which they favor professors and administrators first. Um, I've been like on Canvas and Blackboard a lot, and what I've noticed is, for example, in your calendar app, there will be like tons of announcements that are nice to see. It's like, hope you guys are doing well, but it's like the day of the final. I'm like, okay, so what do I need to know for this final? Like, what are all the instructions and whatnot? So I'd rather see that first rather than all of the announcements that people have made. So here at Advento, we're just gonna display the information that the students need to have at all times to make the experience a lot more smoother for them. All right, so now I'm gonna throw it to Jasper for a quick demo, and thank you guys for listening.
Okay, just got some emulators here. I'm just gonna freshly restart them so everything works nicely. And I'll just show you in the home screen, we actually got our little app icon with the name on it. So I'll open back up the app. And let's go on both emulators. So here I've set up 2 users here with a picture of me, and I got a bunch of events today. I got a bunch of groups set up already. And then another user who doesn't have anything set up. So I'll just start off by setting my profile picture, say this is the guy using the app, and his profile picture is here. And what we can do now is, I'll show you. You got your invitations to look at all your invitations that come in, your contacts using the @contact library. And since this is using the @contact library, contacts on other platform apps will go to here as well. And so let's just make an event and send it to this user. Okay, let's call it study session. Studying for that hard final. I'm just going to put the current location as the location for this. Hit the check mark. We'll set it to a study session category. And no groups are set up on this device yet, so I'll just add a time. I'll make it today at, let's go 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Awesome. It's created, so let's just go to the event. You can see here all the details that we added in. So I'm just going to add confident cockroach, which is me in the app. And then from here, we should get an invitation right away. And here we go. The study session appears in the invitation screen, where there'll be group invites and event invites. So I'll just hit yes, I'm going to that event. And boom, it appears here on my today's events because it was for today, as well as the month. So if I click on today, there's my study session. So yeah, and now I can show you some group implementation. I have a bunch of groups created right here. This is kind of just what the group creation screen looks like, but I'll just show you a group I've already created. So here we have Computer Science 215, which is one of the classes I took about a year ago, and it has a little description for it. I haven't set a picture for it yet, so I'll just set a picture now. This class focuses on like CPU design and computer architecture, so I have a little picture of a CPU diagram here, so I'll set that as the picture for the group. It appears here in the home screen once I go to it. And I also want to add my friend here. So I'll add Thoughtless Dunlin to my group. It says invite sent. So if we check over here, it takes a little second here. I'm just going to check if it's gone through. Sometimes these can be a bit slow to get stuff, so I might just refresh this. There we go. We got the group invitation for Computer Science 215. We can see a description before we accept. We can see it's who it's from, so I'll just say I'm going. And if we look over here, everything should be updated. And I'm just going to check, see the output. Okay, I might have had an error there, but sometimes things can be a bit random here. But if I check the members, I'm going to refresh this side. Sometimes this stuff doesn't act how it's supposed to, but okay, so I think the group invitation didn't send across. So like my confirmation didn't send. So I'll just send that again and we should be all good. And there we go. It should have sent. I think we're good to go. Oh, there we go. We got all the events for the group to show up. So yeah, it didn't work right away, but basically I accept the invitation. I get the group. I can check out all the group details and the events that are happening for Computer Science 215. See the members from this side. And yeah, it's works like that. And I can even make a new event for the group. So let me just do that. Now, let's say it's Tuesday's class. This class happens on Tuesday. I'll just set the location to my location right now. There we go. I'll set it to a class. Oh. And I'll set the group to Computer Science 215. I'll set it as a recurring event because it's every Tuesday this class happens. And it'll be 10:05 to, let's say, 11:05. And you can pick if it's after a specific day or if you just want the event to happen a certain amount of times. If you hit neither, it actually is a never-ending recurring event. So I'll do that. And it's added there. And if we wait a little while here, it should appear. Can be a little slow at times, but maybe if I refresh. Well, it seemed like it didn't quite send right away, but the idea is that once you create an event here, it shows up on this calendar as well. Sorry that didn't work this time. Not too sure what happened, but yeah, I think I've shown about everything in the app. And oh yeah, and the month view has week, day, and views like that. So yeah, I think that is all for the app. Any questions? I don't know yeah, I see that question there. Is the sync in your app or the protocol that's temperamental? It can be sometimes just like something to do with rather monitor or just like something will go wrong. It's often I don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes everything works perfectly. And then like one time I'll use it and I won't be able to add events for groups.
All right. I also see a couple compliments for your @ Confident Cockroach.
Oh yeah. I always, whenever I get the @ signs, I like to refresh the button a bunch until I get something that I like.
Yeah, I do have to also comment. You guys have done so much work in such a little amount of time too, and it's amazing to see. Pretty much have a full app there in just what a month and a half, almost 2 months now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Planning to release it soon after we squash all the bugs. Get working it very smoothly.
And yeah, before the internship, we hadn't actually used like Flutter or Dart before, so it's pretty cool.
Just learned too, so half of that time you spent learning how to do it. That is insane.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions for these guys? Colin said that there's going to be a fix for that soon. That is some good news.
Nice. Yeah, it's kind of just sometimes everything's fine, and then like one time one thing won't go through, and then it's iffy sometimes.
All right, if there are no more questions, thank you guys so much for your time here. Wonderful presentation and demo.
Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah, it's been great.
All right, we will be right back. Okay, that was a really quick break. I hope everyone's ready. All right, so now, let me get rid of this. Oh, I got an echo here. Does anyone else have an echo? Or is it just me? Am I crazy? Anyway, sorry. Up now, we have the @Find team. Take it away, you guys.
Welcome everyone to our last and hopefully not final demo, but this is the last demo day here at the company.
Is everything okay at Pine Team?
I don't know if mine still looks the same. I don't see it on my end.
Do we want one of the other team members to go?
No, I guess like it's just outdated, but it's okay. So here at the app company, we're working towards easily looking out for and finding your family, finding your friends, whenever and wherever you are. Here you can see the geographically diverse team, with all of us being interns at the app company for the summer, with Lauren and Ella studying at Glasgow University and Rancho at the University of St. Andrews in Scotland, and I'm studying at the University of Waterloo and Wilfrid Laurier in Canada.
So last year, there were major incidents in our university campus in Glasgow, when students were walking home late at night from the library. There were a few girls who were followed home at night and sexually assaulted. These events shocked us and our whole university community. Something like this happening so close to home, literally the next street over from where I lived, was terrifying and made us rethink everything.
So after this, there was a huge panic and scramble to find ways to keep us and our friends safe and keep an eye on each other. Looking for different location safety apps to use, nothing stuck. Either the apps were too limited, too expensive, or there were too many horror stories about your location data being sold or used maliciously.
In our opinion, it didn't feel like we were being supported by our university. Even more so now due to the recent documentary that has been made by the BBC about the university's lack of response to issues such as these.
Waiting for updates when others are walking and worrying. Something has to change, and thus AppFind was born.
So where do we fit in? Is there even a market for us? The answer is yes. Personal safety is at the front of a lot of our minds when traveling alone. With as many as 61% of American women taking precaution in order to avoid sexual assault while out in public alone. So it goes without saying that serious actions need to be taken to improve the sense of the security. Many are already taking precautionary steps, such as maintaining awareness of surroundings, having a phone prepared and informing others of their location. FHIR combine a lot of their habits in one place and is working towards to getting rid of their worries. However, as the technology world is developing so fast, we now know that it's not only our physical safety we need to look out for, it's also our online safety.
With so many apps having access to our location, it's more important now than ever to make sure that our data is safe. Creating an app on both Google Play and the Apple stores can ensure complete data privacy is of utmost importance. Because, as Paul Ohm, a law professor at Georgetown University, puts it, DNA is probably the only thing that's harder to anonymize than precise geolocation information. So, in other words, your location is almost as you as your DNA is. Lauren, you're muted.
According to Markets and Markets, the location-based services, LBS, and real-time location systems, or TLS for short, market will experience a 17% compound annual growth rate within the next 5 years. Professional projections have determined the current market value to be around $17.8 billion USD in 2021. This number is expected to increase to $39.2 billion USD by 2025, which signifies an estimated revenue growth increase of 50% in the next 4 years.
So you might be wondering what makes us different. We are planning on implementing a group sharing feature which would allow you to share with different groups at different times. For example, your family at one time and your friends at another time. This is a feature we have not seen elsewhere. Other apps, such as Be Safe, cost money to purchase and then also charges you additionally for important safety features, as well as this other popular apps like Apple's Find My Friends can only be used on iOS devices, whereas this app can be used across all platforms. Our app is also a lot less intrusive, as the customer is the one in control when their location is being shared and for how long. And unlike other apps where parents might be able to have complete control over their children's privacy, thus enabling helicopter parents. So as you can see, AppFind is not reinventing the wheel, just changing the rims and adding pressure. We're using methods that work and that are familiar to most people, but improving them.
So here's our minimum viable product, MVP, showing the app's most basic functionalities. We hope to have this released by autumn this year. So you'll be able to make a group of contacts, such as a family or friend group, and then you can pick and choose who you want to share your location with. You're in complete control of when they're seeing you, so this can be turned off at any time. You can then choose which groups or individuals you would like to notify when traveling alone, and this will send them alerts to remind them to keep an eye on you. You'll also get alerts when someone else in one of your groups wants you to keep an eye on them, being told when they are moving and when they have arrived. You'll be able to add an activity status to your profile to easily update all of your contacts to let them know what you're up to.
So for the future of this app, we have some plans what other features we want to be included. First, we hope to include some sort of panic button into the app, which can notify a set emergency contact or even the police if present. This is to be used in emergency situation when the customer needs a quick or quiet way to receive help. Also, a buddy system is planned to be included, where the customer send out a request to other signs and contacts to see if anyone is in their area and free to walk with them, instead of them walking alone. A check-in function will be added within groups, where instead of the parents testing their kids every hour when they are out, asking if they are okay, the kids can quickly press the button letting the parents know that they are active, alive, and well. In the future, automatically updates and notification using the GPS in your device. This will detect when you arrive at your set destination, so your groups can automatically receive a notification letting them know that you have arrived safe, instead of you having to update the app by yourself.
We initially planned to test our MVP on other students before implementing our new features. With feedback from testing, we will try to further tailor our app to the needs of the wider student community. Many universities around the world, including ours, are already taking initiatives to improve and restore the lost feeling of safety around campus. In fact, the University of Glasgow and the University of Waterloo have made apps that are linked to campus security officers and allow you to quickly call them in the case of an emergency. However, we personally feel like those officers are often limited, with in our experience only 2 or even 1 working at a time. And even then, no one even knows about the app. The only reason we do is because we found them through doing our research. There's a clear need for students to be able to take charge of their own and each other's safety in a more personal and casual app, which isn't limited to very specific use cases, unlike App Find.
Part of our go-to-market plan is first reaching out to universities and large university societies who represent student interests at a higher level and would be in positions to spread the word and encourage the use of our app. This will essentially get the word out to students who, upon graduation, may still use our apps and show their friends, scaling by word of mouth. In fact, we've already reached out to our universities. Upon getting in touch with Gillian McKenzie, who is the safety administrator at the University of Waterloo, she let us know that safety is a very important issue to universities and they're always looking for ways to help their students feel safer on campus.
So now I'm going to bring you through our demo. So here is our new login screen design. We tried to go for something a bit cleaner. So we're going to log in with 2 app signs, Absolute Ibis Hitch and Cautious Penguin. So here's our home screen. And the map is the first thing you see in our app, is that's the most important feature. So first of all, you can press the request button and then you can get a drop-down menu of your contacts and choose which one of them you'd like to request location from. So we'll request from Cautious Penguin. We've already done it, but we can send it again. And then a notification will come up and Cautious Penguin can share their location for however long, or Absolute Ibis Hitch can share their location, and then we can see both of the out signs on the map. One is in Glasgow and the other one is in Prussia. So now we go to share location, same thing again, where you can choose from your list of contacts. And then we go to our new emergency button. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but it sounds an alarm. And which then alerts people if you're alone walking and something starts to happen to you, and then you can just turn it off. So then we go into our profile screen, which the minute you can see is empty. So we go back into our settings screen, and we can change our name here. So we have Alice changing her name. And then we can head back to the profile screen, and it displays there, and it's also been saved to the server. And then we can also update our activity status. So rogue notification. Update our activity status, press the plus button to update it. Currently only you can see your name and activity status. However, we're working on implementing it so that you'll be able to see your contacts and your friends' activity statuses and names. So next we go to send alert. So this is for those walks home alone when you're drunk and your friends are like, where are you? And you can't remember how to spell. So you click traveling or arrived, and then you type in the accent you want to share it with. Eventually this will be done to have the drop down to contacts as well. And then you can see in the terminals that it is sending. We haven't set up a pop-up yet, but we're working on that as well. So yeah, the idea is that eventually be able to send this through groups as well, so that you tell someone, oh, I'm traveling, then they go to look at your location, and then when you've arrived, they can stop. So here, we go into groups, as that's our main focus. And then our little button down here, we can take you into your contacts, add group, my contacts, etc. We're also hoping to add in a feature where you can add a nickname to your contact, because I get very confused on Alice's 7 different @ signs and who's who. So then you can also create a new group, and that's just with the groups widget. And I think that is it. Thank you very much.
All right, awesome presentation and demo. I think pretty much the question is, when will this be released? When are we going to see AppFind?
We have to work on a few more features, such as working out the implication of sharing with groups of people, but we'd really like to have it out for like uni starting and stuff in September, but we'll have to see. We're going to keep working on it, so hopefully it'll be out soon.
It'd be really cool to have Advento and have my groups from, let's say, my one dorm for study sessions, and to let me go home with AppFind at the same time. I don't know, just a proposal. Let's see, are there any other questions? Yeah, and let's keep in mind that these guys have all made these apps in just a couple of months, with never hearing about Flutter and Dart before. So everything that you see was made in just the last few weeks. Yeah, do you guys want to touch on the location data and how it's private?
Yeah, so with the app platform, everything is end-to-end encrypted. So with the location feature, it's very much that like you can send your location, but you can also retract it whenever you want. So it's very much you have control. And then with the app platform, obviously super encrypted. So this is why we felt that like this app is better, or could be better than other apps, as there's no risk of someone leaking your location and the wrong person be able to see you, because it is so encrypted with the app platform.
All right. Are there any other questions? Going once, going twice. Okay, thank you guys so much. This is fantastic work as always. And I can't wait to download this on my phone. See you guys later. Okay, and we're back from a very quick break. I love how fast these are. Gofei, are you there? Can you hear me? Everything's
Yeah.
good? All right, the
Can
floor
you
is
see my
yours.
screen?
I can indeed.
Okay.
It's all
cool.
yours.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Gafei. Today, I'm going to introduce you to our app at Space Signal, where you can meet new friends and talk to strangers in an easy and secured way. I'm currently an MSCS student at Columbia University, and my teammate Claire is a UI designer in a top tech company. When you talk to people on your phone, have you ever got random annoying messages like this before? Or have you ever noticed that your online profile and messages can still be seen even after you disable your account? Here we can see the problems that most apps don't allow us to manage our data on the app, and we can't control what information can be seen or can't be seen by others. Besides, even though there's an increasing need for online chatting apps, it's hard to connect with people who share similar interests, since most stranger chatting apps only connect you with random people. So how can we solve these problems? The solution is the Space Signal app. Space Signal is developed on the Ed platform so that the users can manage their data and determine what information is public, what is private, or even what messages can be seen by a specific user. Also, Space Signal gives users more flexibility in choosing who they want to talk to. Thus, the users can easily connect with people who share similar interests. So, how does it work? The idea of the app is coming from the Little Prince. The Little Prince lives on his own planet alone, just like many of us quarantine at home. The only thing he can do is cleaning the volcanoes and weeding unwanted seeds. Feeling lonely and bored, the Little Prince wants to visit other planets and talk to other people in the space. However, there's a travel restriction since the pandemic, and to keep everyone safe, it's better to talk to people online instead of physically. After careful thoughts, he decides to use the Space Signal app to talk to others by sending or searching signals. So here's the space. When we send a signal to the space, for example, while there's a sunset, if someone searches and finds our signal and reply to us, we will connect to the replier. And the replier says, because he ordered it to do so. Oh, it was the king. Or we can search a signal. For example, the signal we found says, I want some recommendations. What's your favorite drink? And I reply, White Claw. And we'll connect to the sender, who is the drunkard. So basically, on the Space Signal app, you can search or send signals to connect with other users and talk to them afterwards. Now let's take a look at the demo. Okay, let's log into the app. And log into another account. Now let's send a signal. Let's say, hi, how are you? and then try to search a signal from the other user. And before we hit the reply, they're not connected yet. And when we hit the reply, two users will be connected and they can talk to each other. Let's make sure they're connected. Okay, and when we go back, we can see they're in each other's chat list. You can also recall the signals you sent. All right, so now let's talk about the business model. Our target users are people Our target users are people who want to make new friends freely online and also want to keep their data safe. We will first start in the US market, targeting young people, and in the future, we will look forward to expanding to other regions and age groups. Our competitors are majorly stranger chatting apps and dating apps. Some stranger chatting apps have video chat function, but we don't really want to get on that because we want to keep it easy and simple. As for dating apps, we notice that people post a lot of personal information online, but once they do that, they have no right to pull them back. Comparing to these competitors, AdSpace Signal has a different focus that we want to put people at the first place and make sure users' privacies are protected. So why should we switch to AdSpace Signal? First of all, it's very easy to use. Our users don't even have to register an account on our app. They can just log in with their @sign. Secondly, AdSpace Signal is much safer since our users own the right to manage their data and can always recall their previous messages. Thirdly, there's an ads-free app, so you won't see any annoying ads on the app. But without ads, how can we make money? Our revenue will be majorly coming from the ad platform commission. When users register their @sign through our app, and also from online purchases on icons, planet decoration, or the membership that gives users unlimited access to send or search signals. Besides the current chatting functions, there are also plenty of future opportunities for the app, such as a group chat room on a spaceship or enabling photo sharing functions. So stay tuned. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Gofei. There are actually a few questions in the chat already for you. One of them is, how is this app different than other apps like Tinder? I know you touched on it very briefly, but did you want to go over it one more time?
Yeah, I think for like dating apps like Tinder, like users post a lot of their information, and like I said, like you can't control your data. You don't know what is being shared by the app. So while on AdSpace Signal, you can decide what can be shared or what can't, and when you talk to someone who's like very makes you uncomfortable. And if you want to recall your messages, you can also do that on AdSpace Signal, while I don't think you can do that on Tinder.
And another question is, can you search for signals published for ones you would want to respond to? So I assume Kim means, can you filter for specific text? Like if I wanted to talk to someone about music, would I be able to filter for that?
Yeah, we currently don't have that function, but yeah, that's definitely something we want to do in the future to help users to connect with people who share similar interests.
And another question is, will the app sort the signals according to geolocation if available? It's a very good question.
Yeah, we can also have that in the future. I think it's like, it's similar, kind of similar to the last question. So give users more flexibility in choosing who they want to talk to, or, and filter the topics or geolocations, things, or even languages in the future.
Nice. And someone asked, how many signals can a user get and reply? Or, well, maybe they're asking how many can they make and how many can they reply to right now?
Right now, I haven't set the number yet, but I think there should be a limited number of signals you can search or send each day, so that users won't get tired of this interesting function quickly. And also, like if you want unlimited access to send or search signals, then you can also buy our membership.
Okay, and when are we going to see an MVP?
I'm looking in August. Yeah.
August, awesome. And Jan actually asked a question about master data. I can touch on that very briefly for you. It's nothing to do with space signal, but every app uses an @ sign, and when an @ sign uses the app, of course, like let's say I want to send out a signal, or let's use a more basic function. If I want to just put my location out there, I can put it on my @ sign secondary server. Any app can use any other app's data if I specify the app's namespace, and then I call that data. I can't really touch on it really specifically because I don't want to take too much time out. But yet there's no just sticking with one app's information at the moment. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't think there are any more questions. Kim does have a very nice comment in there, though. Thank you so much, Gofei. Great presentation and demo. And we will be right back.
Hello?
Hello. Hello. Feel free to share your screen. Let me know when you got that up and running. Shall I put the video back on while you guys are preparing? Okay, I see it. You're good.
Are you able to see the screen?
You're good to go. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, good evening, everyone. This is Nishtha from Kindly Care team. I would like to start with an instance of my friend who met with an accident, and the doctor was clueless about his medical history. His condition got critical because of a medicine with which he was allergic. Not only this, I myself feel tired of maintaining old prescriptions, filling similar forms, and telling medical history again and again, along with my privacy at risk. I believe you must have felt same at least for once in your life. I must say that there are many issues which we face in medical field and consequences we all are aware of. Also, there's a famous saying, numbers are better than words. So, the mentioned stats clearly display that we really have some problem in our system related to data entry, privacy, and maintenance. Kindly Care is a one stop solution for all your medical needs and will benefit each segment of medical division. Either you are a doctor, patient, or a health worker. And yes, for you all investors as well. It's a transformative way by which you can have all your health related stuff on your palm in a single app. We are using Flutter, hence, it is cross platform enabled. Our app will be accessible so that physically able people can also use and will be HIPAA compliant. The app will be maintaining historical data which will be stored in JSON format following FHIR standards and using security of our own ad protocol. Now you don't have to ask your data from hospitals as you own your data. Earlier, whenever you needed such data, you have to knock different doors to collect such information. And yes, I would like to mention that Collins 5 from our team is one of the victims amongst many. With intuitive design, patients can share data as per need securely with the doctors and pharmacy. Our solid database will help patients to maintain medical history, see trends, and will recommend on diet and exercise. Our app keeps you notified about your medicines, exercise, medicine stock, water, mealtime, etc. Last but not the least, it helps to book an appointment, call an emergency, and share your prescriptions with the pharmacy. Now let me take you through our app Kindly Care. In case of emergency, on single click, this app will alert your family doctor, your loved ones, and will share your details which you have already opted to share, like location, allergy details, so that help can reach to you timely, which will be life saving in some of the instances. The details already saved for sharing with your doctor can be shared in couple of clicks, which is a unique idea to save data entry time. You can even set the duration for which doctors can see the shared details. And not only this, the app is enabled with audio and video messages and call for live consultation as well. Now here's a look at a patient's dashboard that shows all health related information at one glance, which motivates to keep you healthy. Alerts will remind you to drink water, take medicines, and book your appointments. You can even search for nearby doctors, hospitals, and availability of ambulance. After a doctor's visit, you can share your prescription with pharmacy based on their ratings and offers. Patients can set delivery date and can pick address from past orders or can add a new address. Or patient can even schedule a pickup. Doctors can also view appointment list, schedule appointment for patients, add prescription, study patient cases, and of course, check the revenues. Now let me take you through cost benefit analysis. As presented, with minimum consideration of 1000 patients only, our annual earning will be 700k, which will increase exponentially. Now, Let me take you through Kindly Care Plan. In the month of September, we are planning to launch Kindly Care with Emergency Alert. Share opt-in data with doctor and will help to maintain medical history. In continuation, in the month of December, our plan is to target pharmacy and will share prescription with pharmacy on patient's consent. This will ease patient's life and will save time and money. In upcoming phases, we will target insurance agency and will use AI for different recommendations. In nutshell, Kindly Care will provide all these benefits which are rendered to each and every member who is a part of Kindly Care. As we believe that doctors are considered as God, this app will help patients to get maximum benefit, will enable doctors to reach maximum patients in the best possible ways. Pharmacy to ease the job of patients, doctors, and for themselves as well. And last but not the least, the app would render everyone to increase their earning. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for that presentation. I think there were a couple of questions. Or someone said they were just discussing this use case just a month ago. I guess my question would be, how did you guys come up with this idea? What motivated you? Are you guys there? Oh, okay.
Yep. Hello. So as we mentioned earlier that these instances come to us that one of our friend met with an accident and doctor was clueless about his medical history, with which he was allergic with a medicine, and we found that we lost that person as well because of the medicine which made him critical onto the heart situation. So there comes this idea, and we thought that we'll make this one day, and we found that at the rate protocol have the security and all the encryption facility with us. Why not use that feature and start building this idea?
Oh, wow. That is it's a pretty good reason to start
And
an app.
and we mentioned into our app as well that during the presentation that whenever we go to the hospital or we need such type of information, like we mentioned the example of Pauline's wife as well, that when we need this information, we always have to go to different doors to find this information, collect this information, collect the paperwork, a lot of paper to be collected, and then we have to submit it to someone. Now we are digitally doing, and we found that $812 million were in US were wasted because of the paper situation, or only in the health state. Such type of situation we are helping here and that trying to solve the problem there.
And is there? Sorry, go on.
Go ahead. No problem.
No, continue. I was gonna ask a new question.
So another is when I go to the hospital, every time when I go, they ask similar information, same information, same time, every day, right? And one of the information is wastage of my time, wastage of our resource who is entering the data. So it's again a wastage. Then they say, give me a paper, again a wastage of paper, again a wastage of money. So everything on a single palm helps to us to solve this problem.
Awesome. And is there? This is the most common question. Is there an expected release date for an MVP?
So our first MVP we are planning to launch into August only. That's our target date. In the last of the August, we are planning to launch it, the first MVP.
Awesome. So I get to see this soon then.
We are even waiting to launch it soon.
Awesome work. Thank you so much. Are there any more questions? Yeah. It's really nice to see how many different ways the app platform can be utilized. We go from university students to healthcare in just an instant. It's really awesome to see just how many use cases can come out of the app platform.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
That's strong way of @ platform.
Okay, thank you so much, Kindly Care. I hope to see this soon. And we will be right back. Okay, welcome back, everyone. I forgot to mention, Kindly Care and this next presentation were actually part of our recent FHIR at Hack hackathon. Wonderful ideas, obviously, that you just saw, and we get to see this one as well for you. So definitely special presentations. Aditi, are you there?
Yes. So, hi everyone. As Tyler mentioned, I was a recent competitor at the FHIR at Hack 2021, and I'm here today to present to you Formulate, which is similar to Kindly Care, but from another UI perspective, an app designed to optimize the doctor-patient experience. So first, just to provide a little context, the goal of our hackathon was to design a solution to the overwhelming amount of sensitive medical information in clinics and other patient care facilities, and the excessive amount of time spent on data entry and maintenance of this information. In 2017, healthcare paperwork costed around $812 billion and has only increased since then. Paperwork and administrative burdens rank first on the list of issues in medicine for physicians, and they are far from the best use of clinicians' time and resources, directly impacting patient care while also increasing physician burnout. In transitions of care as well, there are hundreds of pages of data of important information that is needed that has yet to be digitized, and whether it consists of important medical history or insurance company information, there is a long authorization process and paperwork that continues to move forth. So this is where Formulate comes in, which is a personal healthcare database. Formulate is a secure encrypted mobile app that transfers your medical and insurance information to your doctor's office with the tap of your phone. The excessive amount of time spent on data entry and maintenance can finally be bid goodbye to, and instead clinics and other patient care facilities can welcome organization, efficiency, and a positive doctor-patient experience. So how does it work? Although Formulate is currently only a design prototype, its hypothetical architecture includes FHIR and the app company resources. FHIR-based APIs allow Formulate to update key patient-specific medical information in real time, deliver event notifications, maintain organization and transitions of care, and implement FHIR's medication model. And FHIR-based APIs make Formulate compatible with top medical software systems as well. Formulate itself would eliminate the need for external software to be used alongside FHIR and InterSystems technology through built-in event management capabilities, and the system is in the process of being integrated through development processes. And to respect patient data using, Formulate utilizes the @company software, which creates a patient's digital identity, allowing Formulate to access but not store a patient's data and consequently complying with the ethical and legal standards of data privacy. So at the clinic itself, a no-contact transfer of patient information and any required forms can be conducted and all encrypted and pertinent medical information can be installed securely in the database. At the moment, it seems that the most viable means of transferring the information from the app to the computer system is simply by the use of a USB. So getting started on the design, on Formulate's homepage, the option to view our privacy policy and how the @company manages your data is all available to encourage and promote the transparency between the company and its clients. And then there are 3 easy ways to activate your database. Once you create an account, connect to your app profile from the app company platform and complete your medical profile, and then have the app ready and open for your next visit. Completing your medical profile is simple and easy as well and follows the same format as standardized administrative work, and any recent health changes, allergies, and medications can all be noted below and ready for your visit. You can also add family members to your account and manage everyone's profile from one device, which makes it a very accessible and convenient app for families and busy households, as well as any client who wishes to skip tedious administrative workload processes. And then using an integrated Maps API, you can find a participating health clinic as well as check out their reviews. And reviews are based on client experiences and as well as the accessibility and convenience of planning a successful clinical visit, which cannot be beat by Formulate's interoperability. And then through the event management features, you can set up notifications and keep track of your appointments to make sure you don't forget your next visit. And it is focused on improving as we go, so clients and users are always encouraged to leave some feedback as well. And that's it. So I'd love to hear anyone's thoughts on the app, the design, or the implementation as we move towards building an MVP. And thank you for your time and attention.
All right. And before we even jump into that, correct me if I'm wrong, Aditi, but you just graduated out of high school, right?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's insane. And you've come up with this app idea already. That is mind-blowing. Congrats on being our youngest presenter at Demo Day.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is amazing. Are there any questions for Aditi? Well, I can ask you the most common one. When are we going to be able to have this app on our phones?
Well, currently it is still very much in the prototype stage. We'll be starting by first building the appointment management and then kind of moving up in terms of features and making it more usable and accessible. And also, since it would be my first time using Flutter and in general mobile development, it probably won't be ready soon, but we'll be getting there.
Well, we'll be here to back you and support you.
Thank you.
All right. Are there any questions? Yeah, definitely amazing work. Great presentation too.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Aditi. And we'll be right back for our final remarks. Okay. Oh, let me get rid of the questions this time. All right. Well, that was incredible. If I could say so myself, just a little pat on my own back. All right. Well, that was it. What are your thoughts? That was amazing.
Can't wait to have Aditi back as she progresses with her app. That's going to be just awesome. I think it was so much fun just to see the span of the different applications and then the progress. Oh my gosh, the interns have been doing this for 2 months. Most of them didn't even know Flutter, and they made so much progress. It's just so impressive.
I'm blown away, Tyler. I think it's just incredible, just absolutely incredible. When we started the company, we knew we had a big idea, but we also knew that we were going to be completely dependent on developers. And to see, I mean, what were just ideas in a presentation turned to code, and now applications are just, a short while away from the App Store to get people using them. Just mind-blowing and so exciting as somebody who, all three of us could see the potential, but actually see it happening, and across such a breadth of industries. I mean, truly amazing.
Yeah, so I say this every time. I absolutely love demo days, but today I just wanted to in particular thank you, Tyler, for doing such an amazing job. I mean, you do so many things.
Thank you.
So many things that you're to keep you busy, but this was amazing, and Hakeem as well for the terrific graphics. But especially you, Tyler. You just really, I mean, this is you made this happen, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, I don't even think I had introduced myself in the beginning. I just jumped right into it. But thank you. I can't do all of this without the support of this amazing team and company. So I can't take all the credit, right? And it wasn't me with the demos too. So let's give up a round of applause for all of the interns and the hackathoners and everyone else too, even the audience.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Yeah, it was great audience participation as well.
Lots of conversations and questions today.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna have a big ass smile on my face all day because of this.
Definitely. Okay. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I can't wait for the next demo day. This was so much fun. I agree with Xavier there. Everyone have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. And happy Friday, as you can see on the little scroll.
YouTubers, like our channel, like the video.
Subscribe,
comment, and subscribe.
Click the bell.
We're now in that world. Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
All right. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you.